What does the dual autism and pathological demand avoidance in brackets PDA diagnosis convey to people? So, the PDA Society advises people that a pathological demand avoidance should be noted in people's kind of medical records as part of an autism diagnosis. So to say that I have a like PDA formulation. So in practice, they're kind of saying that they have this autism and PDA dual diagnosis. So yeah, but when one looks at terminology as how kind of PDA is described in literature, it's kind of put forward as kind of like non-PDA autism is kind of conventional or kind of classic autism, and this terminology is still used today. So there's like classic autism and kind of conventional understandings of autism being used within like kind of PDA society's kind of documents. So what that kind of means is that like PDA profile of autism is kind of implied to be atypical, unusual, unconventional, unorthodox, and popular. And one could kind of go further and say that PDA is kind of being implied to not be autism. But if one looks at how PDA profile of autism is kind of described as being kind of complex and perplexing, that suggests that non-PDA autism is kind of like more straightforward presentation of autism. So therefore, connotations that non-PDA autism is kind of easy, kind of straightforward to kind of deal with. Um, if one goes on from that, PDA is kind of described as kind of clustering of kind of features within kind of autism. So what does if you tell someone if you have autism and PDA dual diagnosis, what is that conveying to people? Is that saying that you have like double autism or autism squared? Is it telling you that autism and PDA is less or more impaired than autism without PDA? Is it telling is if I was to tell you that I had autism and PDA, is that telling you that I have autism and anxiety and demand avoidance and impulsivity and rapid mood changes, which are all these other features that PDA is meant to represent? Or is it telling you that I'm autistic due to anxiety, due to demand avoidance, due to impulsivity, due to rapid mood changes, and all the other kind of features that PDA kind of represents? Um, so yeah, it seems that this dual autism and PDA diagnosis these are, can easily lead to confusion and carry connotations which people may not be comfortable with. Um, so if you want to like see more critique of PDA, I'll see the link to the full video. So may one stimming activities be many and one flow states long.